Welcome everyone. Today we're going to be ranking all legends in season 6 using our very own tier system. We have C tier, we've got B tier, A tier, and finally we have God tier, which will only have legends which are untouchable and legends which play a huge part in the meta. Now, as always, if you go ahead and enjoy today's video, be sure to scroll down, click the like button, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any future videos on the channel. Ranking videos will go two ways. They will either go very well with the viewers or they'll go very badly and you will receive a lot of hate for them. I've seen people make ranking videos and have received a lot of hate. So all I will say is that be sure you keep an open mind when commenting down below on why legends deserve different spots on the tier list. I haven't got a D tier list purely because I think all legends in this game are very good and create a lot of awesome opportunities and play styles. So we haven't got a D tier list. All legends are very good in this game, but there are some legends that just outshine others. Be sure to strap yourselves in and let's jump straight into the video. So in the C tier we have Loba, Octane, and Rampart. So with Loba, they've lowered the cooldown time of her ultimate to 90 seconds, which is a very good buff indeed, and obviously it gives you more access to loot because you can place down your ultimate more times in one game. But first of all, you can only pick up 2 items from that. Her tactical ability can be a bit hit and miss. People can also detect where the bracelet is going and they can track you down immediately unless you cancel it halfway through, and there are still some problems occurring with her tactical ability. So right now I don't think Loba is one of the best legends in the game, but she's definitely good. This is the reason why I haven't got a D tier, because Loba is still a very good choice to go for. Visually she's one of the best legends, but unfortunately when it comes to her abilities, she's not the best. Now, Octane did receive a small buff in the Season 6 update. His stim can now be used whilst healing, but it will still not remove the slowdown that you get when healing up. Now, this isn't a very big buff, and I still think Octane is a very low tier legend to be using. The jump pad is quite bad as well. I think it's one of the worst ultimate abilities in the game, because although they've added the double jump, you are still left very vulnerable when airborne. And secondly, I would rather use Loba's tactical ability or Pathfinder's tactical ability, as they do a much better job and you get that more often than you do with Octane's ultimate. However, his stim is very good if you can strafe very well in this game, and if you can master the strafing whilst using the stim at the same time, you're going to create a very hard target for the opponents. Now, many of you might be shocked that I put Rampart in the C tier. Now, let me tell you why I put her in the C tier. So first off, her amped cover can be good in some situations, but it's very easy to destroy. It only takes 1 mag of most fully auto weapons in this game to destroy. It's very easily countered by just shooting at the cover, so I don't think her tactical ability is that great, to be honest. Now, her minigun is very good, and don't get me wrong, if this thing starts shooting at enemies, it is deadly. Now, I'm not joking when I say this, but I am still yet to be killed by a minigun in this game. I have not had a Rampart kill me once with a minigun, because once I find out that there's a Rampart using a minigun, I simply won't risk it. Most good players, as soon as they hear the minigun and they see Rampart using it, they won't go out there, or they'll poke their heads out every now and then, but they won't expose themselves too much to be hit by it. Rampart is very exposed when using her ultimate ability as well. Personality aside, this is probably one of the worst legends in the game. If you want to call me out for it, feel free to do so down below in the comment section, but I just don't think she's that good. So in the B tier, we have quite a few legends. We have Pathfinder, we have Bangalore, we've got Mirage, we have Crypto, and lastly we have Watson. Now, I'm going to be real with you guys. If it wasn't for Pathfinder having a 35-second cooldown on his grapple, he will be God tier in this video. Although Pathfinder's abilities are absolutely amazing and give you a lot of potential and a lot of opportunity, because his tactical ability has an insanely high cooldown time, that's naturally going to make him less viable and less useful than the other legends that have a much faster cooldown time. Now, Bangalore has always been a mid-tier legend since launch, but the reason why she's in the B tier and not the C tier is because she's a very well-rounded legend. All of her abilities come in very useful, and that's the thing I like about Bangalore. Her ultimate ability is very useful purely to force enemy out of positioning. Her tactical ability is also very good if you want to just get out of horrible situations, and when enemies are shooting at you, you get an insane boost. So overall, she's a very well-rounded legend. I don't think she's at A tier at the moment. They might give her a few buffs in the near future, and I don't think she deserves a C tier purely because all of her abilities come in very useful in each game of Apex Legends. Now, with Mirage, if it wasn't for his passive ability, I think he would be in the C tier. His passive ability is really good. The fact that it cloaks to you and the teammate you're reviving is very clutch, and it helps you so many times in games. I think if they add some damage to the decoys, that would be a really good buff for Mirage and could possibly put him in the A tier, even if they give it something like 5 or 10 damage, purely to distract the enemies for that little bit longer and make it more realistic. That would be a very awesome buff for Mirage, but for now he remains in the B tier. tier. Now, if it wasn't for the small buff that Crypto received, he would be in C tier right now. But the buff that he received was that he can now activate respawn and survey beacons through his drone, which is an insane buff and can come in clutch so many times and is huge for Crypto. I think this has helped him just creep in the B tier. Now, Watson, what can we say about Watson? Well, if this was ranked, then I would rank her in God tier without a doubt. She has her place in ranked mode, and I think it gets to the point where if you haven't got a Watson main on your team in the higher ranks, then you're going to suffer a lot towards them late stages of the game. Watson, in my opinion, is the best defensive legend in the game. Her abilities don't really outshine in public games. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for the A tier? Here we go. In the A tier, we have Lifeline, Caustic, and of course Gibby. Now, these three legends are amazing legends in this game. They are, in my opinion, far better than anyone in the B tier or even the C tier. They outperform these legends by a mile. Starting off with Lifeline, I'm going to be honest with you guys. The reason why I've placed Lifeline in this A tier is mainly because of her drone. Most of the time, the teammates will get the res purely because you can defend the teammates whilst the drone is resing them. As long as the Lifeline is defending the person that's down being revived by the drone, almost every single time the person will get resed successfully, purely because the enemies are focusing on that Lifeline. Her ultimate is very weak, especially towards the late game when you've got most of the loot you need, but hey, this one ability she has where the dock can literally revive enemies off the floor is probably one of the most insane abilities that any legend has in this game. Now, Caustic. As much as I hate Caustic, I can't deny that he is definitely an A tier legend. His impact in the game is huge, so huge that people get triggered very easily just when a caustic gas goes off. You can easily lock down areas with his gas barrels, and he's one of the best defensive legends. He's there with Watson. I don't think Apex Legends will nerf him because they would have done it already with the amount of hate he's received. I think they want him to remain a very top tier legend. So it looks like Caustic is going to remain an A tier legend, possibly God tier in the near future. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully not, because I hate playing against Caustic mains. Now, with Gibby, I don't need to talk much about Gibby. I'm sure you guys know how much of an amazing legend Gibby is. His dome shield could be the reason between a make or break situation, and still to this day his shield is very overpowered that he pulls out when firing at enemies. Moving on to the God tier, these legends are without a doubt playing a huge part in the meta. In fact, they're destroying the meta, and in my opinion these three legends are completely untouchable right now. These legends are Bloodhound, Wraith, and Revenant. Now, Bloodhound is actually my main. I've been maining Bloodhound even before Season 6, and the fact that Bloodhound has received another huge buff is absolutely insane. Bloodhound is definitely a top tier legend, in the top 3 without a doubt, and the fact that they've increased Bloodhound's extension when they eliminate or down a player from 5 seconds to 15 seconds is huge. But secondly, Bloodhound's tactical ability whilst you're in the ultimate has been reduced to 6 seconds. Now, when you're scanning enemies, I believe they're revealed for around 4 seconds or 4.5 seconds. So that means the only time you're not seeing enemies through walls is for about 2 seconds, and then your tactical ability is ready straight after. So it's almost like you've got an unlimited wall hack for the duration of their ultimate ability. It's very overpowered. Revenant has just been dominating the meta. Even in Season 5, Revenant was just insane, particularly with his ultimate ability, just giving you that second chance that is huge and comes in clutch a lot of times. Revenant's tactical ability is also very annoying to play against. The fact that you can't use any of your abilities is the most frustrating thing ever. His passive is also insane. I think Revenant is a very well-rounded legend. All of his abilities are very good in their own areas, but his death totem, in my opinion, is very overpowered at the moment. It does need just a slight nerf, in my opinion, of course. And lastly, we have the lady herself, Wraith. Wraith is still a very god tier legend to be using. I don't think her rework has affected her that much. In fact, I think her tactical ability is more useful now compared to what it used to be like. You're in it for much longer, you're going faster, you can also see enemies whilst you're in the void. So I think her tactical ability is much better than it used to be, and of course the portal creates so many opportunities. Her passive ability isn't the strongest, but her ultimate and tactical ability are far too strong to put her anywhere other than in the god tier. She remains in the god tier, and I think she's going to remain the top tier legend for many months. So this is my Apex Legends Season 6 tier list. If you disagree with me down below, or you think any legends should be placed somewhere else, be sure to let me know down below in the comment section. Nonetheless, I'm going to wrap this video up here. I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say of my tier list down below, and I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thank you all for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, I'll catch all of you guys out in another brand new Apex Legends video.